My name is Jason with Electric Bike Technologies, and I'm going to show you what to do if there's a problem with charging your Liberty Trike lithium-ion battery pack. Now, here's what we're addressing specifically. So you're going to plug your charger into the wall. What should happen if your charger's okay is that you should have a blinking green light up here. That is normal, okay? And this is a charger plugged into a normal outlet, blinking green. It says that on the back. In fact, on the label, you can see there's no battery connected. Green, white, green, that's blinking green. If you're charging, you're getting red, and if you're green, solid, then you're full, right? So, blinking green, all normal. We're going to plug this into our Liberty Trike battery pack, which is right here. That plug is under here. That's called an RCA type plug. And if you plug that in here like this, you should get, if all is good, a solid red light, and then when it's full, it'll go to a solid green light. Now, in the case that you plug this in here, and you still see a blinking green light, that's what we're going to address today. If you see a blinking green light, the charger is telling you that it cannot see the battery. So there's something wrong and it doesn't know the battery's there. The very first thing we're going to do in this situation, believe it or not, sometimes this is too perfectly round, matched too perfectly with the other connector. What we're going to do is make it a little less perfect. We're just going to squeeze a little bit. Just a little bit. Because maybe it's not making contact. After you squeeze a little bit, you make it a little bit oblong or imperfect. Now maybe it's going to grab the side. So we'll plug it back in. You plug that back in. And sometimes that's going to fix your problem, believe it or not. So now you go to a solid red. You go, hey, that worked. That was the solution, all right? Okay, if that's not the solution, we're going to get a little bit more into this. So we got our blinking green light. We plug it in. We still got blinking green. We've made it a little bit oblong. We know we're getting a connection. It's not working. The next thing we're going to do, and you're not going to void your warranty if we've suggested this to you. So don't worry about that. The next thing you're going to do, don't be nervous here, close the lid. You're going to get a Phillips head screwdriver, and you're going to take out the 4 screws on the end of this pack. Now, if you're really nervous, you don't think you can do this, you're not at all handy, and you're intimidated, get somebody else. This isn't too technical, what we're about to do. And if you need a local bike shop or a local Batteries Plus or something, maybe we can help you find one as well. We're going to take out those 4 screws. Once we do that, you're going to be able to take off the back end. Okay, this is the charging end of a Liberty Trike battery. All right. So in here, you're going to see that these wires are caulked into position. And so we want to just feel around if anything's loose. You're not going to hurt yourself here, but if anything was obviously loose, what I'm getting at is, though, you plug this in here, it's still blinking green, it's telling you it can't see it. Maybe there's a disconnect in there. So we just want to make sure everything is firm. It seems like it is in here. The next thing is a fuse. Here we have a bladed fuse. You want to pop this cap, okay? That says 5. This is a 5-volt blade fuse. Pretty common. You can find these. You can get these from us if you need to, or you can get them at any auto parts store if something has happened. But it's possible that this fuse is bad. So we're going to want to pull this fuse out, work it out side to side, pull it out, and take a look at the fuse. Now, I don't see anything broken here. So if you look closely at that and we focus, I don't see anything broken. You can also test this fuse with a multimeter. Now, if it was broken, I think it would be obvious in most cases. You would just see the little filament done. So if that's the case, you might need a new fuse, and that would explain the problem. Okay? If you can't see it and you do want to use a multimeter, this is something you can get for $10, $12, Home Depot, Amazon. You put this on an upside-down horseshoe-looking deal, and it should go to 0 if the fuse is good. Okay? Like that. So that's a little bit more technical way to check a fuse if you can't see it, if you're not sure. So this fuse is good. I'm going to put it back in, and that should solve the problem. That's about as far as you need to go. Again, it's a pretty common fuse. You can take this to the auto parts store and get it if something has happened and a fuse is blown. But that should correct the problem. You don't have to go too much farther on this side of the pack. So if you get a blinking green light, even when you're connected to the battery, this is to solve that problem, and I hope it helps.